my beloved child. Come closer in peace and listen with your whole heart. Because what I am placing within you today is not a passing word, but an awakening that has been prepared for a very long time. Do not rush to search for loud signs, and do not allow your mind to run ahead of my words with countless questions and predictions. Breathe slowly and let stillness cover you. Because some things can be understood only when you stop analyzing everything through reason and allow gentleness to reach the deepest place within you. I, Michael, have not come to frighten you or force you to remain through threatening words. I have come because the time has arrived for you to recognize that the days you endured in silence were not meaningless, and that a transformation is being formed through the very things you once believed were only losses. Your name has been spoken, not in a secret room reserved for people considered more special than everyone else, but within the continual care of heaven over every step you take. I saw you during the days when no one asked whether you were all right, and during the nights when you wiped away your own tears and rose the next morning to continue fulfilling your responsibilities as though nothing had happened. I know you prayed for a door to open, for a clear answer, and for a change great enough to release you from repeating the same old cycle. There were moments when you believed your words had disappeared into silence, when the waiting seemed too long, and when what you hoped for appeared as though it would never come. But that silence was not neglect, while you saw only delay. I saw growth quietly taking root. What is approaching you is not only an outward gift, it is also the ability to see life through new eyes. In the past, you often judged the future according to what had happened before. One rejection made you believe every door would close. One betrayal made you question even those who were sincere. One difficult season persuaded you that your life would always be a battle. But now those conclusions are gradually losing their power. You are beginning to understand that not everyone resembles the person who once hurt you. Not every delay is rejection, and not every empty space means loss. Some spaces are being opened so that something better has room to enter. Some people leave so that you will stop giving your strength to connections that no longer know how to value it. I know you may feel an unusual prompting, as though something within you is saying that you cannot continue living in the same way. Do not call it an evil omen. It is awakening. The time has come to stop explaining yourself endlessly to people who continually choose to misunderstand, to stop asking permission to have peace, and to stop sacrificing your health merely to prove that you are responsible. This transformation does not require you to become cold. It teaches you to love while keeping boundaries, to give without draining yourself, and to forgive without restoring access to someone who has not genuinely changed. When you learn this, what once easily pulled you back into chaos will no longer possess the same power. You may fear that some force is preventing blessing from reaching you, but listen carefully. Do not rush to search for an invisible enemy, and do not become suspicious of everyone around you. Often, the shadow slowing your steps is the fear of disappointment, the habit of diminishing your own worth, and old words you heard so often that you began to believe they were true. You were told that you were not capable enough, that you were too sensitive, or that you could never go far. Those voices followed you into every new opportunity and made you want to withdraw before trying. Today, I hold the sword of clarity to cut away the authority of those words. You no longer need to carry another person's limitations as a sentence over your future. Yet transformation is not completed merely because you hear beautiful words. You must cooperate through practical choices. If you pray for provision, put the way you use what you already possess into order. If you desire a career door to open, prepare the abilities needed to walk through it with confidence. If you long for a healthy relationship, stop returning to someone who offers promises without action. If you desire peace, stop feeding conversations that leave your heart in chaos. A miracle is not only what happens to you. Sometimes it is the strength given to close an old door with your own hands. Restore order and choose a better direction. I also want you to learn how to protect what is forming in silence. Not every plan needs to be shared immediately. Some seeds need care before being exposed to many opinions. But privacy does not mean isolating yourself or hiding what troubles you from trustworthy people. Choose those who can listen without planting fear, encourage without flattering, and offer correction while respecting your dignity. A healthy companion does not try to control you through guilt. They do not make you question every choice you make. They help you see clearly. Accept responsibility and become steadier. My beloved child, the warning surrounding you is not a prophecy of disaster. It is a reminder that you must stop destroying what is good merely because you are not accustomed to receiving it. When a healthy opportunity appears, do not immediately assume it is too good for you. When someone treats you kindly, do not test them with walls built from the mistakes of another person. When a season of peace begins, do not unconsciously create chaos merely because tension has become familiar. I know that calmness can sometimes make you uneasy because you lived for too long expecting the next blow. But you can learn to rest again. Trust one step at a time, and allow joy to remain without preparing for the day it leaves. The tears you shed were not the price paid to purchase blessing. I do not want you to believe that you must suffer enough before you deserve love. Those experiences revealed the endurance, depth, and kindness that remained within you through every upheaval. You could have become bitter, yet you still desire to live kindly. You could have closed your heart completely, yet you still long for sincere love. This proves that what is good within you was not defeated by the past. Now I want you to use that strength not only to endure, but to build a new life in which you care for yourself. Respect your boundaries, and choose people who answer sincerity with sincerity. Stop believing that tomorrow will be rewritten by one message or one emotional moment. Tomorrow is changed by what you faithfully continue doing after the emotion fades. Begin with one small but genuine step. Complete what you have repeatedly postponed. Refuse a request that exhausts you. Give yourself time to rest without condemning yourself. Correct a mistake. Apologize when necessary. And leave the place that continually causes harm. Every discerning choice is another stone placed upon the new road. You do not need to see the entire journey. Take the next step with integrity, and I will continue illuminating what remains. I remain close, not as a voice pressuring you, but as a guardian helping you preserve what is being built. No shadow can delay you forever when you stop cooperating with fear. No judgment can close the future when you know who you are and continue developing what has been entrusted to you. What you prayed for is moving, but it is not only approaching from outside, it is also awakening within your courage, disciplina, and clarity. Therefore, open your heart without abandoning discernment, hope without living in illusion, and move forward without running in panic. You are heard, sane, and guided. Now allow this truth to become the way you live, because your tomorrow will begin to change from the moment you stop viewing yourself as someone being held back and begin walking as someone ready to receive peace, renewal, and every good thing gradually opening before you. My beloved child, the financial progress, career advancement, and renewal you have desired may not have been denied. They may be waiting for you to understand an important instruction before being placed into your hands. Listen calmly, because you are standing at the threshold of a more mature version of yourself, the kind of person earlier generations may have longed to see appear and change the story of the family. I am Michael, standing near to remind you that great change does not begin with unexpected money or a new position. It begins when you stop allowing doubt to define the limits of your life. What caused many before you to stop does not have to continue ruling you. Patterns of scarcity, fear, self-diminishment, and resignation can end when you possess the courage to choose a different way of living. You were not called to carry the entire responsibility of repairing your family's past upon your shoulders, but you can become the first person to stop before a cycle that has continued for too long. Perhaps you grew up hearing words that made you believe money could come only through exhaustion. Success always had to be purchased with peace. Or people like you could never enter greater places. Perhaps you watched relatives abandon dreams because of circumstances, remain in lack because they believed they had no choice, or repeat financial decisions born from fear. I do not want you to judge them. They lived according to the understanding, opportunity, and strength available to them. But you have been given greater awareness, and you do not have to continue the same road. This is what you need to hear. Prosperity is not merely receiving more, it is becoming wise enough to preserve, develop, and use what you possess in a good way. If you continue spending to fill emptiness, accepting every offer because you fear lack, or allowing other people to determine the value of your work, then even a large gift may quickly leave your hands. Therefore, the recent season was not entirely wasted. During the days when nothing appeared to move, you learned patience, recognized habits that needed to change, and understood that not every open door is worth entering. I am preparing you not only to receive, but also to manage what is received. Someone may have planted doubt in your mind without possessing any mystical power. One sentence repeated often enough can become an invisible lock. You are not good enough. You will fail like those before you. Do not dream too greatly. Or know your place. These words may have come from someone who did not understand you, someone who feared for you, or someone who felt insecure about the possibility of your growth. But regardless of where they came from, you no longer have to treat them as truth. No one can interfere deeply with your future through words once you stop giving those words authority to define you. The strongest chain is rarely outside you. It is often a false belief you have carried for too long. I want you to break it through practical actions. Learn what you do not yet know, instead of condemning yourself for not knowing. Review the way you manage money. Develop skills. Complete your work. And keep promises. If you desire promotion, prepare to carry greater responsibility rather than only desiring greater recognition. If you want stability, learn how to distinguish needs from impulses. If an opportunity appears, examine it carefully. Do not surrender money. Information. or trust merely because someone uses promises that sound too beautiful. Genuine goodness is not afraid of verification, and wise guidance does not pressure you to decide in panic. You may feel your body grow warm or your heartbeat change when hearing words that touch something deep within you. Receive the emotion as a reminder to slow down. But do not immediately treat every bodily reaction as certain evidence of a spiritual phenomenon. Breathe deeply, sit quietly, and listen to what these words are awakening within you. If an irregular heartbeat, chest pain, or discomfort persists, seek appropriate care. Faith does not require you to neglect your health. Genuine awareness helps you value both your inner life and your practical needs. Today's message has not come merely to make you feel comforted. It has come to awaken responsibility. You cannot continue asking for a new life while preserving every old habit. You cannot desire financial change without examining the way you work, choose, and manage. You cannot desire respect while continually diminishing your worth in order to keep another person pleased. Some doors are not locked by anyone. You have simply stood outside for too long because you believed you had no right to enter. I do not want you rushing toward them impulsively, but I do want you to begin preparing the key through knowledge, disciplina, and courage. Someone close to your heart may also be connected to this season of change. But do not immediately believe they are destined for you merely because you think of them often or feel a powerful bond. A fitting relationship does not survive through emotion alone. It is confirmed through honesty, respect, responsibility, and the ability to grow together. If distance has appeared, examine the reason instead of calling it merely a test of destiny. If that person returns, observe whether they have genuinely changed or only missed the feeling your presence once gave them. Healthy love will not prevent your growth, cause you to question your worth, or require you to carry the responsibilities that belong to the other person. I do not choose your companion according to the wishes of previous generations, but lessons from your family can help you understand what kind of love you need. If you witnessed silence, control, or excessive sacrifice being called love, you now have the opportunity to choose differently. You can build a relationship where both people are heard, free, and responsible. This is also how a long-standing pattern is broken. The healing of a family does not come only through money. It also comes when someone stops repeating a way of loving that wounded many hearts. You may have felt that life became different after one conversation or message because it touched a part of you that remained unresolved. Do not immediately interpret that change as proof that an invisible world has confirmed every assumption. Ask what truly happened. Did the message create hope, fear, guilt, or recognition of a truth? Emotion is not your enemy. It is information. But emotion must be placed beneath the light of facts and time. You do not need to decode every number, minute, or countdown to know what to do. Important decisions do not need to be made within 11 minutes or during the final seconds. What is true remains true after you have calmly considered it. The instruction you are waiting for may be simpler than you imagine. Perhaps it is a reminder to complete what you abandoned. Perhaps you need to stop sharing plans with people who continually plant doubt. Perhaps it is time to submit an application, learn a skill, repay a debt, create an emergency fund, or speak honestly about the value of your work. You waited for a loud outside voice, but the answer may be found in the smallest responsible step directly before you. Do not despise what appears ordinary, because lasting renewal is often built through actions no one applauds. Remember that you are not a passive vessel sitting still while waiting for blessing to be poured into you. You cooperate with the future through every choice. When you learn, work honestly, you protect boundaries, and use what you have wisely, you enlarge your capacity to receive. When you refuse to return to habits that produce lack, you are ending a cycle. When you teach the next generation, that value is not found in display, but in character, responsibility, and generosity. You are creating a new inheritance. My beloved child, stop fearing that someone else can steal what truly belongs to your journey. They may create difficulty, plant doubt, or close one door. But no one possesses absolute authority over your entire future. A lost opportunity does not erase ability. One rejection does not destroy purpose. One person's failure to see your worth does not mean that worth does not exist. Stop exhausting yourself trying to prove something to those who refuse to understand. Use that energy to build what words cannot shake. Today, I am not giving you a promise that money will appear immediately or that every desire will be fulfilled exactly as you imagine. I am giving you something more lasting. Clarity to recognize your responsibility and courage to begin. When a financial door opens, enter humbly. When advancement comes, use your position to serve rather than retaliate against those who once dismissed you. When love appears, build with maturity rather than dependence. And if results do not come immediately, do not return to the old voice saying that you have been forgotten. There is no countdown threatening you. You have time to consider. But do not use time as a hiding place for delay. Choose one practical step today and remain faithful to it. You do not need to transform your entire life in one night. You only need to stop nourishing what has kept you small. The version of you that earlier generations may have hoped for is not someone who becomes perfect or wealthy instantly. It is someone who recognizes the pattern, possesses courage enough to end it, and has enough wisdom to build a healthier road. I am beside you in this transition, not to do everything for you, but to remind you that you are not defined by scarcity, fear, or the past. Lift your head, remain open to learning, and place your hands upon the work waiting before you. The greatest inheritance you leave will not be money alone. It will be a generation that knows how to live with order, love with boundaries, trust with discernment, and walk without bowing beneath voices of doubt. When you begin living this way, what was once called a curse will lose its path back into the family, while blessing will not only reach you, but continue flowing through the way you live. My beloved child, in the very moment you paused to listen, change began in the deepest place within you, not because a sentence carried magical power, but because your heart became ready to admit that you could no longer remain inside old patterns. I, Michael, stand near to remind you that heaven does not require a comment, a sign upon a screen, or any hurried action to know whether you are sincere. Genuine agreement is revealed when you choose to step away from what is draining you. Dare to believe that peace can return, and stop giving fear authority over your future. If you want to say Amen, say it sincerely. But remember that the word gains true weight only when your life begins moving toward greater clarity, integrity, and health. I know there were times when you longed for a powerful intervention that would break every obstacle and instantly change your circumstances. You waited for a clear sign so intensely that you often overlooked the small changes quietly occurring. You did not recognize that each time you responded more calmly to provocation, refused what did not fit, or chose rest instead of driving yourself toward exhaustion, you had already begun leaving the old version of yourself. Sacred transition does not always arrive with loud noise. Often, it begins through a decision no one sees, a boundary established quietly, or a morning when you awaken and realize that you no longer desire to return to what once hurt you. You do not need to live in fear that goodness will pass by if you slow down for 1 second. What truly belongs to you is not built upon panic. I do not push you forward through threats, nor do I remove blessing because you need time to think. Some delays are not failures. They are spaces in which you can prepare more wisely. Some answers have not yet arrived because you need to learn how to preserve them without losing peace. I want you to enter the new season with steady feet. Not run into it in fear because you believe the door will close unless you act immediately. If you want to remain connected to sacred guidance, do not place your entire trust in one channel, one speaker, or one message that appears every day. Maintain that connection by living consciously. Create quiet time to examine yourself. Listen to people who are wise, honest, and unwilling to control you. Learn to recognize what produces clarity, what merely creates confusion, and what makes you dependent. I do not want you to believe that you will enter the new season alone. But neither do I want you to lose discernment by chasing every promise described as spiritual. Genuine guidance helps you mature, accept responsibility, and stand more firmly. It does not make you afraid that missing one message will destroy your future. Take a deep breath, my child. The walls surrounding your life are not always broken by one dramatic event. Some were built from insecurity and from words you heard for too long, telling you that you were not good enough, unworthy, or incapable of change. Some were created by fear of rejection, making you afraid to try again after failure. Some were formed through the habit of pleasing everyone while quietly paying the price yourself. Those walls begin to tremble when you recognize that your worth is not found in another person's approval and that the future is not limited by what happened in the past. I know that for many months, perhaps even years, you carried things that could not be expressed. There were desires you kept hidden because you feared that speaking them aloud and seeing them remain unfulfilled would deepen the disappointment. There were nights when you stared into darkness with no strength left to pray in complete sentences, yet still hoped that tomorrow would be gentler. There were moments when you smiled before others while trying not to collapse inside. I saw you continue through days without guarantees, fulfill your responsibilities, and preserve kindness even while you desperately needed support. None of your tears need to become meaningless, but I do not want you to believe that you must suffer long enough before you deserve something good. Pain does not purchase rewards, and heaven does not measure your value according to how much you endured. What you experienced can become wisdom, but only if you refuse to turn it into a permanent home. The lesson of betrayal is to help you choose people more carefully, not to make you distrust everyone. The lesson of scarcity is to teach management and appreciation, not to keep you living forever in fear of loss. The lesson of loneliness is to teach you the need for sincere connection, not to force you to close your heart forever. The reward returning to you may not take the form of money, fame, or an event that amazes everyone. The first thing you receive may be the ability to sleep peacefully after a long season of uneasiness. It may be clarity about what to continue and what to end. A healthy person may enter. A fitting opportunity may appear. Or a door you once desperately knocked upon may no longer matter because you have found a better direction. Do not confine goodness to one form. Sometimes the greatest liberation comes when you no longer need what you once begged for desperately. I am leading you into a new season, but you still have a part to play. Put what is disordered back into order. Complete what you postponed. Care for your health, sleep, and basic needs. Establish boundaries with people who continually take away your peace without accepting responsibility for their actions. If you need help, seek someone with knowledge and sincerity. Do not sit and wait for everything to change while the necessary small step remains directly beneath your feet. Blessing does not remove responsibility. It gives you strength to carry responsibility with greater peace. Perhaps you do not feel anything unusual at this moment. That does not mean movement is absent. A seed makes no sound when it begins to grow. Dawn does not ask permission from darkness before appearing. You do not need to see the whole road before believing that the next step matters. Begin with what you know is right. A sincere apology. A decision to leave uncertainty. 1. No spoken without self-condemnation. Or one action returning you to an abandoned dream can all become evidence that the new season has begun. My beloved child, your name does not need to be announced in light to prove that you have been seen. Your worth was present in every moment when you chose not to abandon yourself. I do not want you living as someone who must continually seek outside confirmation. Learn to look at the fruit being formed. Are you calmer, more discerning, better able to protect yourself while preserving kindness? These are genuine signs of transformation. When the inner world is reordered, outward choices also begin to change, and the future follows a new direction through those very decisions. I, Michael, have not come to make you afraid that doubt will delay everything. I have come to remind you that even while questions remain, you can continue walking. Mature faith is not never experiencing doubt. It is refusing to allow doubt to make you motionless. Ask questions, learn, verify, and reflect. But do not return to the old road merely because the new one feels unfamiliar. I will walk with you through every clear step, every upright choice, and every moment in which you dare to believe that you can live differently. Therefore, open your heart to receive, but do not open the door to fear. Trust, but preserve discernment. Hope, but act responsibly. What you experienced was not the end. Those were pages that taught you enough to enter another chapter. You no longer have to live as someone merely trying to survive. You are being called to build, mature, and use what you possess to create goodness. The transition has begun, not because you read these words, but because a powerful decision is rising within you. From today onward, you will no longer abandon yourself, no longer permit the past to write the future, and no longer doubt that your life can still be renewed through choices filled with light.